Okay, guys, it's that time once again. It's time for another What If episode. And we're returning to What If there was a live action Barratt Family series for my structuring of a second season. That's right. So let's get back to it, shall we? Put on the title card. So, now, first of all, I'd like you to think of this as a companion piece for my cast this, recast that for a hypothetical second season of a live action Barratt Family series. And so, how would it be structured now? I structured a hypothetical first season as a 6-episode series just to introduce it all. So, what I would do this time is I would up the length of the season from 6 to 13 episodes. And those 13 episodes would be individual stories. Well, 12 of them would be individual stories, and the last one would be another group episode. So, how would season 2 of a hypothetical Barratt Family series be structured? Well, as I said, 13 episodes, 12 of which would be individual stories, 1 would be a group episode. So, the season premiere in this season, episode 1, would be the misunderstanding. And in this episode, Lily would find herself getting into trouble over a misunderstanding that is believed to be something bad. She mishears a word, or she hears a word on television that she then repeats, and the family thinks she's swearing. So it's one of these swearing episodes. Now, and it has to be uncovered by the end of the episode that the word Lily was using was actually not a bad word at all. So the plot of this episode is actually based on the Recess episode, The Story of Womps. So yeah. But I haven't said what the word what the word is. But that is basically where I borrowed the plot from. Okay, episode 2 would be The Lost Car Keys. In this episode, Millie is looking for her car keys and can't find them. So she thinks Lily, being the cheeky little monkey that she is, has hidden them. So she asks her if she's seen them. Of course, Lily says she hasn't. But her lie is quickly uncovered when she moves, and there's a jingling in her pockets. And lo and behold, there's Millie's car keys. Now, the plot of this was actually based on a story I told with animated versions of these characters in an old animation once. I can't remember what it was called now, though. But the difference in the animation was Lily's age. She wasn't 8 like she is here. She was half that age. So it's the sort of prank a 4-year-old might play. Yeah, there you go. Okay, episode 3 would be Lost and Found £20. In this episode, while walking down the street, Roscoe finds a £20 note that's just been dropped there. So he picks it up and thinking that, well, whoever's lost it isn't going to come back looking for it, he pockets it and uses it to treat everyone to a takeaway. Now, obviously, the plot of this episode is actually based on something that happened in real life when one of my real life brothers found £20 just laying on the streets while walking our dog and used it to treat us to a KFC. So, okay, episode 4 will be the traffic jam. In this episode, James gets caught in a traffic jam on his way home from his film and TV studio and passes the time by making up a game. A game in which he counts how many times a person exits their vehicle out of impatience. Now, this plot was actually partially based on the Malcolm in the Middle episode, Traffic Jam. And that's where I got the idea for the title from. And in that, the Wilkersons actually get stuck in the traffic jam on their way home from a water park. So the circumstances of the traffic jam and where James is in this episode are different. Where he's on his way home from. Okay. Episode 5. A bad day for Romana. Now, this is pretty simple. Romana just has a bad day. She wakes up, and right from the moment she wakes up, nothing goes her way. She doesn't get what she wants for breakfast. She puts her clothes on the wrong way around. And she's just riddled with bad luck throughout the whole day. Now, this episode isn't actually based on any old plot line from an animation that I've actually done involving the character. It's an original plot. So yeah, there you go. Simple enough. Okay, episode 6. Rainy Day Strop. Now, in this episode, Lily's in a bad mood because she has to miss out on a picnic with her friends. And nothing anyone says can cheer her up. Millie, though, in her infinite wisdom, thinks she's being stroppy for no reason. So she grounds her for it until she realizes she was wrong and apologizes. And yes, I did make an animation by the name of Rainy Day Strop, but the character in that was one of Lily's own children, not Lily herself. So by making it Lily herself for this, it's an adaptation of that storyline, but with Lily as the protagonist. And it's also based on an AI story of the same name, with Lily as the protagonist. So, episode 7. Roscoe and the Lost Dog. Is this going to be a running theme? Roscoe finding lost things. In this episode, Roscoe is walking home from school when he spots a stray dog. So he looks at its collar and finds out that its owner is their next door neighbour. Yes, their next door neighbour, Mr. Collins. So he returns him. And, well, although there was a reward of £150 for his safe return, where Roscoe at this point in the series is only 9 years old, he's too young to receive that money. So instead, he is rewarded with a year's supply of sweets, because it's a sweet shop owner who lives next door to him. Go figure. Okay. Episode 8. Don't wake Romana. In this episode, Romana arrives home exceedingly late from her after-school social event, a youth dance club, and doesn't get to bed until gone 4 in the morning. So the next day, she's left in bed to sleep, and everyone is told not to wake her. By everyone, I mean Lily is told not to wake her. Roscoe goes out after breakfast. And James is out of work, so Millie's the only parent left at home. And she was the one to advise Romana to stay in bed. So Romana's left asleep all morning, and she is up by she's up by mid-afternoon. And that's where the episode ends. Yeah, a gripping plot, isn't it? And this could be based on all the don't wake the blank. Like, don't wake the dog, don't wake the baby. If any of those exist as animations on YouTube, let me know in the comments. But it could also be based on some of my old animated stories. Oh yeah! If I've used the same plot for many an animation. So... but with different characters. Anyway, moving on. Episode 9 would be a busy day for Millie. And this would actually tell the story of Millie busily going about her day in a rush because she leaves the house late to go and do her errands. And in all that rush, she forgets to buy Lily's favourite brand of banana milkshake. Bezgig. I'm sure you can work out what that's a fictional parody of. You don't need to connect the dots, really. Okay, episode 9 would be James's hobbies. And in this episode, we learn what James's hobbies are. But we see him making or editing a film he's just made. Much like what I'm doing right now. So it'd be the same hobbies I have in real life, because this is a character based on me. So... and I'm doing a video of this sort, but with more professional editing software. So we actually are getting there. Okay, while still a standalone story, episode 11 would be Lily and Romana's day out, in which Romana takes Lily out for the day. And they have an adventure together, hopping in between worlds of video games and such. And of course, this episode's plot would be based on the animated Barratt Family, or the new Barratt Family episode of the same name. Except Lily and Romana's ages would be quite different. Well, Lily's age would. She was 4 in the original animation. She's 8 here. And if Romana's taken her out for the day... No, Millie takes her out for the day, sorry. Romana's only 10 in these animations. She'd be too young to do that. Romana's only 10 in these episodes, I'm imagining. She'd be too young to do that. And she's 16, for a point of reference, in the original animation. So... well, actually, she's 15 in the animation. But still, she's only 10 here. Episode 11 would be poor Lily. And in this episode, Lily is being bullied at school because she's too smart for her own good. And also because some random kid on her school playground finds her annoying and thinks she's a bad person. And it's up to James, Millie, Roscoe, and Romana to cheer her up and tell her otherwise. Which they do. Okay. Episode 12. A day at the park. Now, a day at the park would be James taking Lily to the park for the day to keep her from getting under Millie's feet, with Roscoe and Romana out with their friends. Or at their friends' houses. That just left Lily at home. And being 8 years old, she'd be getting very easily bored and starting to pester Millie or James to do something with her while James is off work. He can stay. He's decided to not give Lily a chance to be a pest by bringing her out to the park, where they have fun playing catch and chase, and they have a picnic as father and daughter. And now we just get into the season finale, episode 13, the family outing. And this is where the family goes on their first family outing in the series history. They go to a theme park where the only rides the kids can go on are the funfair rides. They're too short and too young and too small for the big rides. So really they're going to a funfair. And that would end season 2. And by this point, the hypothetical live-action Barratt Family series would have 19 episodes to its name, to its credit. Now, that episode wouldn't be based on anything I've actually made animations-wise. Yes, it would, actually. But it would be based on I think, a James and his friends episode. I can't exactly remember. But anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. And there will be a third part eventually, where I structure a hypothetical season 3. Until then, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have us a magical time. And look out for the next episode.